In a dusty town at the edge of a dry plain lived a man named Harun. He was known as a simple water carrier. Every morning before sunrise he filled 2 heavy clay jars from the distant well and walked slowly through the town, delivering water to homes, shops, and schools. People respected Harun, but no one thought much about him. To them he was just part of the routine, like the sun rising or the wind blowing dust through the streets. One year the rain stopped. Days passed, then weeks. The river shrank into a thin, muddy line. Crops failed. Wells grew shallow. Fear spread quietly from house to house. Some families began to leave, searching for better places. Others stayed, hoping the drought would end. Harun kept working. But now, instead of 2 jars, he carried 1. Water had become too precious. Strop mattered. Still, every evening after finishing his deliveries, Harun did something strange. He walked beyond the town, to a barren patch of land where nothing had grown for years. And there he poured the last bit of water from his jar onto the dry soil. Children laughed when they saw him. Why waste water on dirt? Neighbors shook their heads. He's tired. The drought has broken his mind. Even Harun's closest friend asked him one night, "Why don't you save that water for yourself?" Harun smiled gently and replied, "I am saving it for tomorrow." Every evening he returned to the same spot. 1 cup of water. Always the same place. Always the same quiet care. Days passed. Nothing happened. The laughter grew louder. The hope grew thinner. Then one morning, a young girl ran through the town shouting, "Come quickly! Come see!" There in the lifeless soil was a tiny green sprout pushing through the cracks. People stared in disbelief. Harun said nothing. He simply continued watering the small plant, shielding it from the sun with his own shadow. Weeks passed. The sprout became a plant. The plant grew deep roots. When the wind blew, it held the soil together. When little rain finally fell, the ground around it stayed moist. Slowly, other plants began to grow nearby. Months later, the rains returned. Where the land had once been dead, a small grove now stood, cool, green, alive. It became a place where children played, travelers rested, and the soil finally healed. One evening, the town gathered around Harun. "You saved us," someone said. "No," Harun replied softly. "I only believed in tomorrow when today looked empty." From that day on, the town learned a powerful lesson. Sometimes the future is not something you wait for. It is something you water quietly, even when no one believes, even when it looks useless, even when hope feels small. Because tomorrow often begins with one unnoticed act of faith.